Child, the question is very interesting today. The question goes, hi ladies, what is your take on brainwashing, especially since it's ladies who are mainly victims? Also, how can you tell when a person, sorry, how can you tell one, how can one tell you are being brainwashed? I'm not quite sure on the extent of brainwash in this particular case. It really does feel like you're probably talking about being gaslit as opposed to being brainwashed.
Not
But am I
necessarily.
gaslighting them by telling them that okay, let's talk about what it is, brainwashing. Sometimes someone can really convince you to skew their way. You can completely be inclined to their way, so much so that you really don't have your own independent thought or opinion, right? Like, you when you speak, sometimes when you speak you even think, wait, do I sound, why do I sound like so and so? It doesn't feel like these are your own opinions and thoughts. And we've seen this happening a lot, especially with women who are dating these alpha males on the internet. Suddenly they switch up on us and they start to sound like, or more extreme. Remember that story of Derek Jackson and his wife? And she was boldly, very boldly defending him and saying that, yes, you people think that he slept with all these women, but he really didn't. He just is a guy and he was trying to express his guyness, and men should be allowed to do all of these things. It's the women that are the problem. And in that moment, as she's saying all of these things, you can almost go like, oh my girl, he has spoken to you so much so that you have now been convinced that he is not the problem, that all the women that he slept with are the problem, but the common denominator here still remains your husband. So yes, I completely get brainwashing is a bit problematic. Well, not a bit problematic, it's very problematic. So how do you know that you are being brainwashed? Listen to yourself when you speak. Do you sound like these are words that should come from you? Do you sound like these are opinions that you believe in, that you could stand by, that truly and honestly sound like who you've been all your life? Or every time do you start to speak or give an opinion, it sounds like your partner or whoever this person is speaking through you, you know? When you make quotes, to people, or whenever you are giving an example, do you give examples that are based off of your true beliefs again, or is it something like Nani said? And you find yourself doing this a lot. You're like, by the way, even Nani said, why is it always Nani saying, and why is it not what you're saying? So that's sign number two. Another sign is, do you always call onto them for every big decision, even small decisions? Sometimes it can get as messy as you don't even know what to wear anymore because this person has been the person who decides everything for you. You don't have your own decision making skills. You always look to, but what would he think, what would she think, and then try and do what you think that they would think, or what they would do, wear what you think they would say. And sometimes it gets to the point where you actually have to physically call them and ask them, do you think I should do da 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 da, or do you think da da da? So those are all major signs of brainwashing for me, at least
Yeah.
from where I'm sitting.
You also asked why are women more susceptible to brainwashing? And I think a huge part is society, basically. Just how humanity has been moving. We've been moving mad since forever. And sometimes you just want somebody who'll give you safety. And if you noticed, it's a lot of women who've gone through some type of trauma. A lot of women who are looking for just validation from somebody they deem to be higher than them, or somebody who can give them some sort of, you
Hope.
know, yeah, not necessarily hope, just you can give me structure in my life. You know what to do better than I do. And you can see this play out, especially in cults and
Religion.
more so in religion. Because why are women the most hallelujah drum beating Christians you find, you know? Why is the population of the church, you know, if you look at in terms of gender, it's more women than men? Because in such scenarios they find validation, they feel important, they feel taken care of by these spiritual fathers and spiritual figures and cult leaders, and you'll find they'll do very weird insane things. Even the Mormons, who have not embraced technology and still live in the dark ages, they're able to be controlled, and they're able to be indoctrinated at a very young age, or they are just broken down. As in, this person will break you down and then build you up into the person they want you to become. So it becomes a bit difficult for you to break free. And even when you break free, you're always guilty. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to go back to the same cult or to the same toxic partner. So it's all about traumas, narcissists, and
A bigger part always goes back to finances as
yeah,
well, because we've gotten to the point where, yes, as society, as Turia said, society will make you feel like you don't know, and therefore you need a man to show you what
exactly.
to do. But at the same time, if you had your own finances, if you were independent financially, or at least you could manage yourself small like this. You don't always have to depend on someone else to make decisions. You don't always have to depend on someone else to give you guidance, because you've already made your small change. You then are able to, I don't know, making your own money opens up your mind to an extent where you can be
When you
able to
have the
then,
freedom to do the
yes,
things you want to do.
yes, your free will is always dictated by how far and how much you can exercise it, and how you can exercise it is by having your own financial independence.
True.
So culture and finance, for real, those are the two major ones, which are, yeah.
Whew,
Are
I
you
hope we
being
helped you.
brainwashed?
I hope we helped you.
Please
I really,
talk to us.
I hope you saw the signs.